So like today.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. This is another episode of Wise Mike Though. We gonna keep it rolling. But first and foremost, y'all, thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for the support. I truly appreciate it. Also as well, like the saying goes, just don't pray for the blessing, be the blessing. But we're gonna talk about shit. This is my show. See, all right, y'all. I'm gonna tell you how it went first. So I had the episode recorded with this guy. I messed up the like watermark and everything of that nature. And yeah. So we're trying to get this episode, out the way before I leave. But first and foremost is get this episode out there. It'll be out this coming up Sunday. So if you saw the last video, I was looking rough, but our barber came in clutch, as you can see, but he came in clutch, and we here though. So as you can tell from the title, we're going to talk about a few things. So my boy, how I can't with this guy.
I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so as we talk about our college experience and things of that nature, how would you describe your college experience as a whole? So through junior college and then as well.
All right, so I went to Southern Union for 2.5 years almost, and my experience there, I can't cuss apparently YouTube, but yeah, I was messing off, I guess you could say. Guess what I wanted to say. But I was messing off. I wasn't really like taking it serious because I was taking it serious, but I wasn't taking it serious at the same time because I really didn't care, because it was like a job at the time. I think I was working at either Zaxby's or Sam's Club.
You worked at both.
Yeah, I was working at both.
Yeah.
And then I decided to say, forget flipping birds and dropping birds. I'm finna go over here and do something better, because working at Zaxby's back then was, oh my god, it was.
He wanted to own the bird. I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
But mostly the working at Zaxby's, it wasn't a terrible experience, I guess you could say, because the people there were like, they were kind of cool, but it was trash. But I started working at Sam's Club after that for like I'm gonna say about 3 years, 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 to 3 years. That was nice. They had everything made, and then I got done with junior college, and I was like, I don't think it was me. My folks was like, "You want to go to Troy?" And my mom like, I should have never said, yeah. I should just been like, hell no, I'm finna stay here in Auburn and get this money, because I already had a good job. I already had a good job, so it was like I'm making good money, getting good hours. I had like benefits and everything, so everything was set up. But I decided to go down to Troy, for the college experience. Only experience you're gonna get is being broke.
Yeah, you experience being broke. You experience starving sometimes.
Yeah.
And you micromanage like crazy.
Let me just tell you now. Back then, for me, ramen noodles was like 5-course meal and 1 meal, cause that's literally about all I ate was ramen noodles. And let's see, McDonald's, that's about it. And I quit McDonald's about like a year after that. But before that, but back to what I was saying though, I should never left Auburn. But my family influenced me to leave. But they're gonna say it was my decision, which it was. But it was like, go ahead and go to Troy, get your degree, because your brother did this, so go on, get your degree. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But in reality, I should just stay where I was at, because I had my own place. I had good money, car, all that. So it was like everything was like lined out. But no, I just had to come down to Troy and I literally restarted when I came down to Troy. Like I rebuilt literally from the bottom, like literally everything. Like the start over process, like I did not like that. Like I hated it. It was Oh Jesus! It made me like really like I want to move. Like my first year here. Oh my Jesus! I think T was like, you know, been broke before. Hey, I said, hey, I ain't never been broke. I used to have money in my pocket. I don't like this shit at all. I not like this. But I adapted. Got me a job at Domino's. Oh, what was it? Yeah, Domino's was my first job. I was a delivery driver. That shit was trash. But free food, gain weight. But after that, I went to Walmart DC, and I just been there, just been living life since then. But like the college experience, though, I would say you don't have to go to college if you don't want to. Don't let your folks influence you. They can have their own opinion, but only you can like do the work. They're not doing the work for you. I mean, they can pay for it or whatever, but I mean, it's your decision that you want to go because it's like they have trade schools and like it's other opportunities out there for you to go like make money. So it's like you don't have to have a degree, so to say, because it's like I've seen people who have master degrees don't get jobs. So it's like the opportunity presents itself for anybody. Like anybody can get the job. Like just because like a master degree only shows that you decided to be advanced. You know, it's like taking AP classes in high school. Like, yeah, I want to be smarter than everybody else, but I'm not downing anybody who take, who got the masters with it. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to do that. Like, it doesn't really matter, like, what you have. Like, in my opinion, it's just like anybody can get hired for anything. Like, you don't have to have a degree to get a job, honestly, because it's like, it's so many opportunities and avenues out there. But I'm not downing anybody who has a degree or got their master in that. Like congratulations, I'm proud of you. Hope everything works out. But just like some people, it doesn't really work like that because that shit is a lot of money put into like grad school. I'm sorry, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's mostly it. But if I could take one thing back, I would never come down here. I would have stayed home. Yeah, I would have stayed home. I probably met my girlfriend. No, damn.
Yeah,
see.
I
mean, that's probably the only positive coming down to this thing is like the relationships I had down here. Oh, I don't even talk about that. Go ahead though.
Yeah, so for me, we both went to the same JUCO. So we went to the same JUCO. I left a year. It was a year right. Year right before him. Mm-hmm. So that was 2015 because you came in 2016. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 2015 came in down here in 2015. Then at that point, I said from the last video, I could that all the relationship, all that stuff happened. But just from an academic standpoint, I was like, because I was a computer science major, and I took that first class, and I realized because I was like, man, I'm in it for the money, and then I realized true. I am not good at this. So,
you will find out real fast.
So I'm like, I had to think. I'm like, well, what do I love? And I just kind of excluded money for a minute for the program or my program of study. So then I started doing sports management. So I did that for the remainder of the time I been here, but at the same time, without without just being that guy or calling anybody out, it's like you gotta for sports management, you gotta meet certain people or you gotta please certain people. And so I'm one of those people, like, I want my work to speak for myself, but I'm not gonna go the extra length just to get to where I need to go by doing something like, I don't want to cuss, but I don't want to go that extra length by just kissing up to somebody.
Fuck it.
I don't want to go that extra length to just, kiss up to somebody. I want to get it through my hard work, but I'm more than willing to meet new people and network, but not by the means of, like I said, kissing butt. So that's how I feel like my major is. So, but like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the people I met. But once I just gotten older and I just started learning more things I wish I would have known back then. The things I'm passionate about, I love, doesn't require a degree. And even I got older, and they was like, yeah, you don't need a degree to be a entrepreneur or business owner. I'm like, what? So I wish I would have done more research and was also told like, hey, what you trying to go do? And if, like I said, if you're trying to be a doctor or a dentist or whatever the case may be that actually specializes for you to have a degree, by all means go for it and do it. But and it's hard to ask a 17 or 18 year old or maybe even a 19 year old to be like, hey, find out right now what you love and go for it. But at the same time, you really have to think and get to this mindset that, hey, I need to like do this for me. Like Shaq said, you don't want to go into it like doing it for other people or doing it for your family. So you have to make sure that you are doing it for you, and then at the same time you're doing something you love, because you got to look at it like whatever you're going to go to college for or after high school, whatever you're going to pursue, you got to think, can I see myself doing this for 20 plus years, 30 plus years? And if you got to really not like scrap it as fast as you can and find out what you need to do, because I came up here, wasn't quite put together, but it was like, oh, you want to be the first one in the family to go to college, all this like pressure.
That's peer pressure right there.
Yeah, it's peer pressure.
That, whenever your family say we want you to be the first, in your mind you get excited, but at the same time it's like, all right, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Either you make it or you don't make it, and it can go either way. Because if you don't make it, they're gonna look down on you.
Yep.
It might not tell you they're gonna look down on you, but it's like you can feel the vibe in the room. How somebody energy, you can feel it. Like
Yeah.
I know how you feeling. You ain't gotta tell me. I know you looking at me like, you could have did better, but I mean you did what you can. I mean, what else could you do?
Yeah. So that was the whole thing that was being conveyed to me. So it was like, oh, you're gonna be the first in your family, making people proud. That's especially like I would say within a black family, it's just like making your people proud, and then coming back and waving that piece of paper like I did it. And it's just like it's so much more deeper than that.
Yeah.
As long as you're successful in your own way, and like for like one moment, just exclude money, exclude all the extrinsic values that you can obtain, if it's awards, money, or accolades, and just think about like the happiness you want to obtain. So once you figure out like, oh, I want to do this with my life, go for it, because there's so many people out in this world, and it's a lot of millionaires and a couple billionaires who dropped out of college or didn't go to college and they're successful. They're YouTubers who didn't go to college and they are successful. Or they're buying houses, they're buying cars, they're getting endorsements. So you find out what you love and want to do, and then proceed to do that. But don't do it off the basis of what other people say.
More figure than most niggas and coach niggas. You on that flow and hit no free throws, nigga.